Hey, Professor Tatekin, this is Chad Weist. This video is a little more directed towards you than just the class because I got a couple questions I'm still stuck on. Made some progression from last night in terms of trying to figure out the functionality of how to, like in this example here, um, for it says an introduction to Python's Flask framework. I was trying to see how the framework worked further just in terms of using templates to get things going with Python code and HTML, etc. This talks about installing it, running your virtual environment, installing Flask on it. This is the file structure it had, and I had that set up at one point in time, and I was able to figure out how to set up the file structure so it would pull the layouts, and worked out quite well. So then I was more encouraged. I didn't play much with the styling or the CSS that he has here in the example that you can see. Forgive me if I'm scrolling too quick. But I was able to get the layout HTML to work, and about page, etc. He was going more towards a blog in that regard. And so then I jumped over here to this example of how to try to start incorporating a CRUD-like admin interface with Flask and then WT Form. I set up the file structure, I believe, the way he has it here. Project app admin, the init.py, and then the models, etc., and then the run.py. As you can see, that's set up here in my project. I got the virtual environment, got the app, got the run py out here. That's my first question. Is I don't know if I have this file structure correct. I think I do. The run py under project, or my project in this case, and then in the app file you should have the admin file, which I have, has the init.py outside here, and then within that it has the init.py, the models.py, admin.py. I'm not sure exactly why that is there, or oh, I know why I put that in there. What happened was I'm trying to utilize the basis of this, learning how to use templates in Flask, and then here with the CRUD setup, and I was able to get this example to work, and I was trying to get this example to work so I can see how it runs, and then incorporate my Python code from the app that you saw earlier, well, from the earlier project that I had set up back in well, I don't need that. I was running initially in Google App Engine Launcher that I showed in week 2 and spoke of in week 1. This is where you enter the first name. Well, the YouTube video described that, and you hit submit, and it gives you the conversions, and I have the hover state and all that stuff. Okay, well that's fine and dandy, but again, where I'm stuck is trying to see how I can get this one to work. Now, again, talks if you don't have a virtual environment installed. Well, I took care of that because if you look in terminal, there is in the virtual environment that I had set up in my project. And so as you can see, he's got quite a bit of code here, which is fine. Initially I started trying coding it out myself and following along with his example, but he's got all this code. And then I saw he's got his Git repository here. And so the file structure I set up, I followed as closely as possible to this as I could. So let me see here. Which, if I go back to, I'm in my project in the virtual environment, and then he's got his app folder. Now the git nor, I'm not really sure what that file is, if I need it or not. If so, I'll get it and put it in here, but he's got the run.py, which is here. You go into the app section, you've got the admin and the init.py there, and of course I should have that in that file structure, and I just lost that file structure. Where'd it go? Sorry. Get a little tired. Alright, so in the app, there's the admin, there's the init.py. Okay, if we go in the admin folder, just minimize that code for now. Then we have the templates /admin. I didn't know if that was two separate directories or not, but he's got the when we're in the admin, and then so there's the init.py, admin.py, models.py. Okay, so I guess those two are supposed to come out here with the init. Okay, so let me 1 second. Let me just put them somewhere. Let me models.py, admins.py. So we got the init there. Okay, we got the init.py, and then they have the okay. So init.py, admin.py, models.py outside with outside of the templates folder within the admin folder. Okay, so we'll put those back here, and we'll put that back here. Again, this is code I got from his GitHub just to see if it would work or not. Then I go into templates and admin, and so templates and then the admin subfolder. Let me get rid of that. So I go into admin, I go into, right, is that the file path? Admin, templates, admin, and then here are the admin HTML, detail view HTML, and list view. So I get these are the templates that he's got set up. So, okay, so I've got that going on. But the difference is I'm trying to follow along with just the simple command of Python run.py to run the file. So I'm in my project and I hit, and I'm expecting, like I saw when I was in this example, that when I run that command, that it will tell me what virtual environment it's running on in terms of the IP it's running. In the previous case, I had it was running on localhost 5000, but now I can't tell if it's actually running the PY file or if it's just not. If I go to where initially I had the localhost 5000, I can close this out and just hit enter, and again this server can't be reached, so it's this erroring out or whatnot. So I'm not sure why or what I'm doing wrong to not have it run, because my next step in hope and what I'm trying to figure out is to have everything display the way he's got a create and I'm sorry, an update and delete button in there in his code, etc. And then I'm going to try to reverse engineer, if you may, what he did and incorporate it with the code that I have from the reusable library project in here from before, where I have, I don't know if the YAML files will necessarily be important in terms of, since I'm not using Google App Engine Launcher. But I got the main PY, the library, the pages, and how they call between each other throughout. And then of course I've got the styling there. And I'm trying to see how I can get that into the format that he's kind of structuring. And then so I can create the database, and with what we have with the Google App Engine Launcher, okay, great. I launch it and I enter the information, and then and then I hit submit. But what I want it to do is submit that so this information gets stored in a database through SQL Pro or whatever that I use for that. And then I want to incorporate, as he has there, an update and delete button or feature in here, preferably on this page, or so it'll display there, and so I can create, read, update, and delete. And I'm just still a little lost as to why that file isn't running, because I'm still trying to piece that together. I know in the past I did that with PHP back in I think it was SSL, server-side languages, about a month or two ago, and I was trying to check that out for a second. Server-side language tools, and then we had is it part 2? Let me see, index. Okay, well, that's not fully the file I was trying to do. Where's the file? I think it was localhost 8888, and then I think it was clients.php where we start. Okay. Now again, that's got a few typos on it, but the way this one, of course, worked is, you would put in Chad Bice phone. Just a fake one, 555 Chad at chad.com, and of course a website. Warriors. Let's see. Chad.com, and of course you hit save, and you go down, and it enters it, and of course I've got a delete button here, and I've got an update button. I can update here. It took me to the update clients. If I wanted to change it to Chadwick, it would work, and I go down and I hit save, and then of course it brings me back, and I go back down, and now it's changed to Chadwick, and then of course if I want to get rid of it, and click that, and it's gone. Well, that's what I'm trying to accomplish. I know this was done in PHP, but I'm trying to accomplish that with utilizing, once more, close that out. Utilizing this tutorial that he has here. We're going to go back to his file. He's got his code and CRUD. So I'm trying to see how it works, reverse engineer it, put it together with the Python code so it has the effects of what I just showed you in PHP. That's what I'm trying to aim towards right now for getting those features updated, and of course I'm going to continue to work on the API features this week as well, which I'm reading up on. But I'm stuck. I apologize for being stuck as to why that run.py is not working. I was wondering if it's okay if I may be able to talk with you in the go-to session this week, if you have time, or if our lab assistant might be available, or if there's a time I might be able to schedule a brief screen share or something where I could maybe walk through and see what I'm doing wrong. Because the idea is there, I'm trying to get there, and I know it's probably simpler than what I'm making it out to be, but I'm just stuck. So I apologize for being a little too wordy on this, but I want to update this video for the post and see if it's okay if I could ask you for some help on that, if possible. I do thank you for this extension today. It did help because I was able to get a lot further. I'm just sorry that I'm still stuck in the road right now trying to get over this bump. I'll reach out to you via email, etc. With the video, so you can at least, I'll get the video up tonight so you can look at it, and then see if I could schedule some time for help with someone, if that's all right. All right, thank you again for your time. I hope you all and the rest of the class have a blessed evening, and I'll talk with you all soon.